a deal popped up with the syndication. So I got the emails, I got the pro formas, I got all the data on it, I got the I mean, just everything they could possibly put out marketing wise. There's videos available, and I knew these guys from my masterminds. So I had my children sit down. We watched the videos. We analyzed all the documents on it. They got on the phone, actually a Zoom call with one of the guys, and talked to him, asked questions, understood it. And they fell in love with it because it was in Columbus, Georgia, right across from the university. And interestingly enough, my daughter was dating a kid who did his he's in the military still in Virginia, but he did his initial boot camp right there in the state at the base, right across the road, that right across town from it. He said that was a great part of town. So my children voted, and they said, let's do it. So we pulled money from one of the life insurance policies, and we bought into it. And so now we're a part owner in the syndication. And now my children are doing that on every investment we do. My children get involved. They have to do a Zoom call with those who are putting the investment up. They have to ask questions, and they have to decide, we as a family, whether or not we invest in that. And I find that it actually benefits many ways. One, they get to learn about what is a good investment. And then two, the individual who's proposing the investment gets to dumb down their presentation enough that a 12-year-old understands it. My children range from 12 to 21. And then on top of that, we get to show that, well, at least I get to state to the person who's putting up the investment, there's a special place in hell for anyone who lies to kids. So there's that kind of thing too. So it kind of secures my investment a little bit more, right? But there's a dynamic that happens there that you don't see otherwise. It's no longer a sales pitch. This is a person reaching through the internet on that Zoom call, wanting to help, wanting to really help my children understand. And the way that they have approached this investment, there's no assumptions on what I should know as an investor any longer. The data that comes out is amazing. And I've actually seen people's presentations improve. And I've seen the offering improve because they're trying to help my kids say, hey, we're going to help you be successful. And here's what we're going to do. So our trust benefits significantly as a result. And then with my children putting in that capital, it means they're going to be focused on an investment. That's a big investment. It's $417 a month that they have to put in. That's a big deal for every American, right?
Especially a 12-year-old.
Oh, what I tell them, until you start working, I will subsidize that, but I'm not going to put in the full 417. I'm putting the minimum to maintain your policy. But once you hit work stage, you got to put in 417. In fact, my 17-year-old's like, Dad, why can't I just save the 417 myself? Then that way I can use it for whatever I want. I'm like, solid question. We actually had my life insurance guy on the Zoom call. I have a picture of my kid sitting in my living room with him on my flat screen talking to him. I said, well, let's figure that out. What's $417 a month times 12? Well, we figured it right around $5,000. I said, okay, at this $5,000 a year, I'm set to retire in 21 years based upon the bylaws of the trust, the way it's written. So 21 years from now, how much is your $417 a month worth? We came up with right around $105,000. So she'll be 38 years old. $105,000. That's not bad for a 38-year-old. There's not a lot of 38-year-olds with over $100,000, right? But what's inflation doing to that? I asked that. What is inflation doing? She goes, well, what's inflation? So I got an opportunity to explain inflation, right? So then they got to see it's not worth $105 anymore. Even if there's interest paid to them on a savings account or a checking account, it's being eroded by inflation. So let's say it's worth $80,000. Still respectable, right? But since I had my life insurance guy on the phone, I asked Gary, I said, Gary, what is Tori's policy going to be worth $5,000 a year for the next 21 years? He was able to basically do a screen share and scroll all the way down 21 years, over $680,000.
Wow.
Exactly. And then I got to see their eyes open up. They're like, whoa. They went from it was an amazing change from Dad, that the way they do that, like 417 a month to, oh boy. And then my son literally gets his phone out and he's just typing away. He goes, I can do that. And he works for FedEx loading planes, and he's like, he was unsure if he could come up 417 a month. Now he figured out I can do that. I'm like, guys, think about this.
He found some motivation then.
Oh, he found the money, right? My daughter, she works at the hospital. She works with my wife. She's an EMT at an ER, and she's like, she found the money automatically, right? It's amazing when the motivation is right, we can find the money. So They're excited. They're thinking, oh, wait a minute, we're all going to have a cash value of $680,000+ 21 years from now. That's $2.7 million. I'm like, guys, that's just you four. Can you imagine what my cash value will be? Your mom's cash value will be, and the fact we're buying all these, buying into all these investments, or I'm going to call it buying. We're just investing into all these opportunities. We will have tens of millions of dollars by the time I turn 65. Now, what are we going to have when you guys turn 65? Consider that. My death will pay a significant amount of money in there. Your mother's death. Now, albeit not something you guys are looking forward to, but at least you get compensated a little bit, right? So now that's going to compound on that. And then your children will be putting in $417 a month, right? And then your children's children. Can you imagine when you turn 65, what that's going to look like? What is your children's trust going to look like when they turn 65? And your children's children, there's billions of dollars sitting there, untouched, generating revenue. Now, when I sit and think about this, it's one thing to see my family's future changed. But can you imagine the future of hundreds or thousands of families that follow the same thing?